Cheers everyone, and welcome to another video on my channel. Last time in the shorter sub-series of EO geography videos, we took a look at Fiara, one of EO's biggest and arguably most important continents, the link to which will be in the top right corner of this video as well as the description below. So today, it will be only fitting to continue how the games did and move on to Urgath, conveniently placed here, east of Fiara, just across the Sea of Dreams. Like I said in the last video, we'll be taking a look at the geographical location at the year 24 after the convocation, while still considering them as continents, not just scattered islands connected by portals, so let's not waste any more time. First, let's establish how Fiara and Urgath are physically connected. In other words, how do people travel from one to the other, since we know that travel by ship isn't possible ever since the convocation, because the seas have become infused with the energy of the primal elements, basically meaning that it's always wavy and stormy on them to the point that ships get destroyed. There are two confirmed portals that connect the continents, both of which we actually used during the games, the Order of Dawn and the Breath of Winter. One is the so-called Big or Great Portal to Urgath, located in Night Whisper Dale, a Dark Elven city/region here in Fiara, which takes anyone who steps through it straight to the Breathing Forest right here. The other one connects the region of Frostfall to Tirganach, the city of the Ice Elves in the Grimwald Mountains. Now, determining where Frostfall is on the map can be a bit tricky since it's never clearly stated. We know that it has a portal connected to the city of Mirathur and the Dark Elven city of Shaldun, but that's pretty much it. We know that half of the land is a swamp and that the other half is mountains that get taller and snowier the more you climb them. My guess is that it's somewhere around here, close to the axe, based on the portals present on the map, but it could very well also be around here. It's just one of those things that will hopefully get explained or expanded on should we ever get a SpellForce 1 remaster, but I digress. Now that that's out of the way, let's actually look at all the important places and mini-regions in Urgath. But just looking at it, it's pretty clear that there aren't many settlements of the Races of Light there, except the city of Urgath, which we know next to nothing about other than its name and that it's supposed to be a human settlement. There is a reason for the lack of race diversity. Urgath is a very hostile continent, kinda like the Australia of EO, just not as hot and with way more plant life. Point is, everything there's trying to kill you. By the way, just joking, I love Australia, beautiful country, great barbecues, moving on. What I'm trying to say is that Urgath is filled with monsters such as Three Raids, Crawlers, the Kithar and the Undead, none of which are known for their hospitality. That's why all the way about until 9 to 800 BC, when the Dark Races were created and started inhabiting it, subscribe not to miss that video, there simply wasn't much on it. There was one smaller race that originally inhabited Urgath, the Skergs, who were the only life form there together with the Kithar that lived in smaller villages, but that's about it. Now to finally move on to the regions and other important locations, let's go from the right this time to spice things up. First we have Time's End, the tallest mountain range in Urgath, which is connected to the Abyss, also known as the End of the World, a fiery hole reaching deep below EO's surface. You could consider it a gateway to hell of sorts, but it's never actually called like that. That's just my comparison to it. We'll skip over the city of Urgath since we know nothing about it and move on to Shaldun, the capital of the Dark Elves there. That city is connected straight to the Firefangs, where the Shadow Blade used to be kept until the Shadow Warrior retrieved it to kill a Fiar Dark during the events of the Arin Crisis. Then we reach a smaller range of mountain called the Dagger, and I would say that this area separates Urgath into two. The east, which is more of a dry wasteland, and the west, which is swamps, forests and more swamps. The first town here is Mirathur, an orcish trading post where trolls, dark elves and other orcs would buy slaves, usually Skergs, or the few humans that were unfortunate enough to be there. South of it are the Echo Swamps, originally an orc populated area, however it's been liberated by the Shadow Warrior around 10 AC, so we can't say for certain if they still live there. A bit southwest to it is the Breathing Forest, where a jewel called the Heart of the Forest is located and guarded by Blood Ash, a tainted treant. From there, we can go to Sharrowdale, the place where the Circlemage Roan opened a portal back through time at the end of the battle for Fiara. And that will be pretty much it. There isn't much else known about Urgath, which I do find to be a shame because the continent is certainly very interesting. There's a short story titled The Darkest Shore, obviously taking place here, that depicts a battle of humans versus trolls. The trolls were probably from the city of Nagnag, which is, according to this map, the only major pure troll settlement on EO. Trolls usually live in very small groups or are part of the clan in the Highmark, so this is somewhat of an anomaly. To quickly mention the climate and vegetation, even though I touched upon it earlier in the video, the majority of Urgath is big forests and swamplands with many smaller mountains protruding between them. These parts most likely get a lot of rain as well, but the temperature remains warm. The areas around the Fire Fangs and the Abyss are mostly derived of vegetation, and the ground there would best be described as ashen. And that would be it regarding the geography of Urgath. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by liking it and sharing it, I appreciate it a lot. Also, consider subscribing to not miss any future uploads. If you happen to miss the first 2 videos dealing with EO's geography, I would suggest checking them out on my channel as well. For anyone wishing to discuss what we talked about here, I will leave the link to the official SpellForce Discord in the description below. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.